What's going on, people, and welcome to a brand new episode of Too Many Games and Not Enough Time, where I get to speak to incredible gamers across the globe. Not just the area, Craig, the whole world. Yes, and I've got an incredible guest with me here today. I have a Blurred. He is a fellow YouTuber. You can catch them, man, there in the wild west as the Cowboy Cousins, my gaming peeps from across the sea, go-karts in his lane, and he'll be cracking shells. Nerd Stuff, welcome to Too Many Games and Not Enough Time, my
What's
G.
good? What is good? I'm glad to be here, my boy.
I'm so glad that we got this happen. Like, me and Nerd Stuff have been speaking for a while. We've been trying to get this podcast together, and then this morning, we had bare technical difficulties, but we're here. You get me?
Hey man, the 5-hour difference is real, but it's worth it. It's worth it. I'm glad I'm here.
It's worth it, and I appreciate you being here. So let's get straight into gaming. All right, so we actually randomly met via Animal Crossing. So I came to your, I don't even know how the connection happened. I can't even remember. But I think you probably was selling some fruit, or you had something on your island to go and shop. So I came over to your island, and then you started giving me sofas and all kind of stuff, and you made my island look plush. And since that, we've been brethrens, and it's mad how games can connect people in such a way. So how was something like Animal Crossing for you during the pandemic?
During the pandemic, I'm gonna go ahead and say that was, aside from my weekly upload, Animal Crossing was the rest of my life. Like, I can't remember how we came across each other either, but I know at the time my girl had just showed me how to like kind of Craigslist your stuff on Animal Crossing, so I was heavy on that. So we probably just met up in the marketplace somewhere, because I was wheeling and dealing the turnips.
yeah, it was so funny. And the sofa you gave me was sick. It was the first corner sofa I ever seen. And I had the corner sofa in my yard and that. And I was like, yeah, my guy is the one. All right, straight away, I want to talk about your series Cowboy Cousins, because I watch content on a daily basis, and I've gotta say, I was laughing, like heavy stomach laughing. So for anyone who doesn't know about Cowboy Cousins, break it down, and where did the concept come from?
All right, let me shout out to my actual cousin, Gwen Stacy 22 is also on YouTube and Twitch. He'll tell you to stay true, but we're not talking about him right now. But shout out to him. I had the idea because Red Dead Redemption 2 is like tied for my first favorite game in the world. So, but it's a single player game and nobody plays the online, but I wanted to have like a series on my channel. I like making complete series, but it didn't have to make any kind of sense. I just wanted to do something dumb, and my cousin is dumb, I'm dumb. So, I mean, what better combination?
Nah,
that's pretty much it.
It's hilarious. So you lot proper get into the cowboy. You're basically doing cowboy RP. Like, you're role-playing these characters. You're doing the voices. You're dressing up like cowboys. When I mean, it is hilarious. And this is what I love about YouTube and the creative space being able to be affordable. It's not affordable for everyone, but it's a much more affordable place. Like, if we think back to 15-20 years ago, the only people who'd be able to make that kind of content had to be able to work for a TV station and stuff like that. And like, true, black people are creative as hell, and to be able to actually just tap into something like that is just so funny. And it's mad because, like, I think, you see, when I started playing Red Dead 2, I was like, oh my god, I hate this game. Like, this is so dead. And then I realized, do you know what? Rockstar are genius. I'm a cowboy. They want me to take my time. This is not GTA.
Down,
slow your ass down. Like, yes, if you want to change the wheel on a wagon, you got to unscrew things. Then you got to roll the wheel. And when I actually slowed down and actually started playing the way they wanted me to play, I was like, this game is genius.
Yeah. Yeah, when I actually the first time I opened a drawer and picked individual items one at a time from the drawer, I was like, oh yeah, this is a different game. This is different.
Yeah, they really was like, take your pace. And obviously the game's been out for a while, and I don't want to do any spoilers because games get remastered all of the time.
Best story ever.
But what I want to say is, so I've played Red Dead Redemption, and obviously Red Dead 2 is a prequel to Red Dead. And when you play the end scene, oh, that touched my heart.
Oh.
Like, man building up the house and everything. Like, how did you feel? Like, obviously without spoilers, how did you feel on those end scenes?
The end scenes for both games. The first, okay, no, it's not too much I can say without spoiling it for y'all.
Yeah, I just want to know how you emotionally felt, how it connected with you.
I thought I was a mess after the first game, but then when the second game being a sequel and it builds the first game at the end of it, I was, man, that was it. That cemented it in the top spot, right next to Breath of the Wild.
I love some Breath of the Wild, and we're gonna get into that in a second. But what I want to talk to you about is Pokemon. Like, you love yourself some Pokemon so much, you've just started a second channel dedicated to them little creatures. Like, I got something you might like. Look.
Oh, that's Is it Legos? Oh,
no, it's actually
a headphone case.
Yeah, so it's a case for AirPod Pros.
Okay, so I thought it was a Lego Pokeball.
It looks like it's got that kind of. I
still give you the credit for it.
What is it about Pokemon that you love so much?
Pokemon, I give you the quickest rundown. I bought I ain't buy it because I was like 8, but when Final Fantasy VII first came out, me and my daddy was so hyped because of the commercials. It looked to be the most epic thing ever, but I had never played a JRPG at the time. So when I started it, I was like, I'm not smart enough to play this. Like, I never beat the first level of Final Fantasy VII on PS1. So then Pokemon came out, and I noticed it was the same style of gameplay, but dialed back to like 0. And I was like, I get it now. So Pokemon started my love for JRPG games and turn-based RPGs. And it's, even though the formula is almost exactly the same as the original game, that's the only thing I let slide on nostalgia. I know a lot of stuff needs polishing, but I don't care. I love it.
Yeah, no, and what you're saying is perfectly right, because you see me, I started with Final Fantasy VII, and then going and playing Pokemon for me was like, I can't play this. This is so basic.
Yeah,
like,
it's a gateway game.
I've just been brucking up Sephiroth, and now like I can't, like, it hasn't connected me. And I wish I loved Pokemon like other people do. I really enjoyed Arceus, and I've been playing a little bit of Violet. Haven't been able to proper get into it, but I did like Arceus being a lot more open, literally running around, literally throwing my Pokeballs, because I actually like turn-based games. Like, I'm just I just dropped a review for One Piece Odyssey.
Wait, that's turn-based?
Yeah, that's turn-based. So I love myself a turn-based game, but yeah, it was just super basic. How do you feel about Violet? Really quickly.
The final episode of that series is uploading today. It actually uploaded while I wasn't paying attention a few hours ago. Only a few people seen it, so I took it down and didn't say nothing. But it's my favorite Pokemon game now. I know it's got a lot of bugs, but it's part of the charm at this point. Nintendo it's like, without them few steps back, you never get the 10 steps forward. So I'm willing to accept it at this point.
Yeah, I'm hearing people are really, really loving it and thinking. And your Let's Play series for that is hilarious as well. He's making me laugh. You're like, my mum cooked this sandwich. You better eat the sandwich, you know. That's one you should definitely check out if you like Pokemon. All right, let's talk Breath of the Wild. Now, I love Legend of Zelda. Legend of Zelda and Final Fantasy are my favorite franchises ever. And I remember the first time they announced Legend of Breath of the Wild and seeing, like, they were talking about how this world was all open, and then you saw Link on the horse, and then he busts his hood over and he's wearing a blue tunic. And I'm like, what is going? Like, how does he look different? Like, is that Link? That's not Zelda. Like proper thingy. And then playing it, and you know what? People always say, like, developers are the worst at being like, anything you see you can go to and build your own story, and those are like keywords that devs always throw out, and it's not something that really happens in most games. But Breath of the Wild is actually that game. And honestly, if the story was forward fronting and it wasn't just memories, I think Breath of the Wild probably be my favorite Zelda game. But because the story is behind the scenes and it's not the main focus, Ocarina of Time is still my favorite.
Okay.
Why do you love Breath of the Wild so much?
Breath of the Wild was everything for me when it first came out. Not even when it first came out. I logged about like 500 hours into that game, and a lot of it is just walking around. Like, it was such a captivating game. I started going outside. Like, I was the meme. Like, I was the guy who was like, that's just like Breath of the Wild. That's in Breath of the I'm pointing at grass and trees and stuff, though. But it was like, it made you feel like you were outside doing that stuff. And just like you said, if you can see it, you can go there. This is the first time where it wasn't a lie. I mean, whatever the highest part of the map is, whatever the lowest part of the map is, you can, and not just you can go there, but it's stuff to do when you get there. It was, man, it's my favorite story because of a lot of people don't like the Zelda lore timeline because it's, it's kind of muddy.
Yeah.
But I love how they call back all the games. Like, it's a nod to each and every single game in this game. So I don't know, it's the perfect game. And the next one it's gonna be here in, what is it, March or May?
I think it's May.
I'm hoping they let us in the doors at E3 so we can get our eyes on some behind the scenes type Zelda stuff, man.
No, E3's after. E3's in June or July.
E3's in
July. Yeah, be after.
Care.
Yeah, be already out.
If I get there, they gotta still be talking about it.
Well, you'll be playing it while you're queuing up. That's what you'll be doing. You'll be queuing up and playing it at the same time. It's so mad because what you're saying about there's so much there. I remember, I never forget this. I was playing Breath of the Wild and I felt like I've done everything. And I was like, oh, what's that little piece of the map over there? Like a little corner in the map. And then I've gone onto this high thing and I'm flying. And I'm like, where is this huge maze come from? I'm like, this is massive. And I just missed it. Like, it was some little piece of the map that I didn't complete. And I was just trying to get all of the map. And this maze is massive. I'm like, how could I miss something so big? Like, if it was a Ubisoft game, there'll be a pointer right there. Go to this, go to this.
Man.
And I could have completed that game and completely missed that whole huge maze just because I was trying to get more shrines. And like, I was like, this is a mazza.
That's it. That exactly, when you said Ubisoft, that's what I was thinking. It made me feel like, remember when Assassin's Creed first came out, like the first one and maybe the second one? It was almost that feeling where that was like the first time you could climb most of the surfaces in the game and get pretty high and just look around. Zelda was that, but like times 1,000 almost. And it's like, this is what I thought I was doing last time. It's wonderful game.
So just quickly, what is it that you want from Tears of the Kingdom?
I just want more Breath of the Wild. I want to see more of the same story. I love when stories connect. So anything that continues the story, yes. And please, I know everybody is pretty sure that's Ganon, but just let it be Ganon, like Ganondorf though. Regular Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker style, standing up with the big robe on Ganon. I want old school Ganon with the beard and all that.
Yeah, I think the one thing that I really want is, obviously I want the story to be more forward facing, but if it's the same way they did it in Memories, I can deal with it. But I want actual dungeons this time. Like, I loved the shrines and I loved the divine beasts, but I feel like I want proper traditional dungeons. And I think if they add proper traditional dungeons but keep it the same Breath of the Wild, like, yeah, there's not going to be another open world that can really talk to it.
Right. What if the dungeons are in the sky this time? Would that still count?
Yeah. I'm expecting them to be in the skies. Okay. Like, they don't have to be underground. They can be in the sky, but I want proper dungeons like not like the water temple, because we don't like the water temple.
Yeah, we don't need the water temple.
Yeah, but ones like that, because I feel like with the divine beasts, because they were all mechanically the same, they visually just looked the same, where I want something that looks fire, I want something that looks water, I want something that looks ice.
I agree.
So to have that kind of defined difference. Nerd Stuff, we are running out of time, but I gotta say, like, I've connected with a lot of people across the globe, and like, you're such a humble guy, like super, super humble, really, really nice guy. Your content is so funny. I feel like you really, really put in so much effort in what you do. The intro that you've got is dope. And I just wanted to kind of give you your flowers and say you're doing great things, and keep doing what you're doing, and let the people go and check it out. If you had to send people to one specific video on your channel that really represents who you are, what are you gonna tell them to go and watch?
One? I don't even know. Okay. If it's just one, man, just go watch Cowboy Cousins. Go watch the finale of Cowboy Cousins, episode 3, I believe. That we talked it up. You might as well watch it at this point.
Yeah.
I love all my videos the same. They're my children, because I don't have children. So I can't pick, but that, since we got you excited for it, just go watch. It's worth it.
Definitely watch Cowboy Cousins. And I'm feeling the rogues behind you. How many have you got behind there?
Oh, it's quite a bit. I have no idea how many I have. The collection is growing. I got one question for you. What is that under that Buster sword behind you? What's in that box?
Oh, so we've got the top box is the Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights. That never showed up. I paid for that. That was like $300. I still don't have it.
Oh, you need to get that, my G. As soon as you come off this, you need to be like,
GameStop?
Yeah, you need to get onto that. So yeah, that's my Gotham Knights statue. And I don't usually keep the boxes, but I kept the Gotham Knights and the God of War box because I really like the art on them.
Yeah, the box is sick.
Yeah, the box is sick. But that is it. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Too Many Games and Not Enough Time. Like I said, Nird Stuff is hella entertaining. Such a cool and positive guy. So make sure you go and follow him on all of his socials. Go and subscribe to his channel. I've been Mr. Midas. He's been Nerd Stuff. You've been the MVPs. And we out of here, man.
Peace.
Peace.